Hey, it's Jameson from Range Arts, and today we're going to be talking about how to pick the right ammunition for whatever style of shooting you're going to do. Now, unfortunately, ammunition is a bit of a beautiful mess. There's a lot to figure out, there's a lot to do, but once you figure out what you actually want to shoot, it makes life a lot easier. Since ammunition is such a big topic, we're going to primarily focus on hunting today. And the way I tend to think about it is start at the end. What do you actually want to hunt? Are you looking to hunt pheasant, grouse, partridge, duck, whatever it is? And you start there and you work your way backwards on what type of ammunition you want to actually buy. I am primarily a shotgun shooter. I love shotguns. I do a lot of bird hunting, so shotguns tend to be what I focus on. And you're thinking about all sorts of variety of ammunition with your shotgun, and it makes it a very versatile gun. Shot comes in a variety of sizes, and you could find basically a type of shot, a size of shot for almost every single game that you want to hunt. Smaller shot, obviously for smaller birds like pheasant, grouse. But as your birds get bigger and bigger and bigger, you could use things like BB for ducks, geese. One of the main considerations I have with shotguns is where I'm shooting. A lot of Southern Ontario is limited to shotguns only, but on top of that, if you're hunting waterfowl, you are legally obligated to use non-toxic shot. Lead, as you guys all know, is very toxic and is harmful to the environment. So in general, there's a giant push in firearms to move away from lead as your projectile, but especially when you're hunting waterfowl. Steel tends to be your most common shot material, but as you start spending more money, you get all sorts of interesting materials like bismuth and tungsten, which are heavier and perform closer to lead, but are safer. Now, some of you might be asking, what about big game? I want to go hunt deer, I want to go hunt elk, bear, whatever it is. Shotguns still have you covered. You could buy slugs. They're larger projectiles and you have a whole variety of choice. Personally, I tend to just use my smooth bore shotgun with a rifled slug. It does limit my range a little bit, but it does the job fine. A lot of people will end up buying a rifled barrel for their shotgun so they could fire sabot or rounded slugs, which gives them that little bit extra accuracy and a little bit extra range. As you guys move into regions where it's legal to hunt with a rifle, it is the obvious better choice. You get better range, you get better accuracy out of your firearm, which means you can make a lot more precise of a shot on your target. When I tend to hunt big game, deer, bear, moose, I like a hollow point bullet, mostly because of its expansion properties. A lot of people like lead tipped for the same reason, but full metal jacket tends to over-penetrate, tends not to do enough damage. It will eventually kill your target, but it's not the way you want it to go. It would be slow and painful. The 22, on the other hand, is the king of small game. You have such a choice of bullet type that you can hunt everything: rabbits, squirrels, grouse, groundhogs, almost all your small game with a 22. So lead again. Lead is still toxic. Lead from your rifle bullets will still do damage to the environment. So there's been this big push in hunting to move away from lead to solid copper projectiles. The only problem with solid copper projectiles is they don't perform quite as well as lead does yet. The problem here is you need a heavier bullet to have the same level of damage to your target, and they tend not to perform as well at the extreme distances. So as long as you're shooting within a close range and you have that heavier bullet, your copper bullet should perform just like your lead bullet. It's a deep rabbit hole, but hopefully this video helps you guys start picking the ammunition for whatever hunting you're doing. Follow us on all our socials and share these videos with your friends.